The cup you use for your morning coffee and the electricity you use to watch your favorite Netflix show all night are both products of nature. As is almost everything else in the world, natural resources aren't unbounded just because they haven't run out on Earth. That isn't necessarily true. The world is currently attempting to prevent a number of concerns, one of which is the depletion of these natural resources. Natural resources could eventually run out due to resource depletion, which occurs when renewable and non-renewable resources are consumed faster than they can be replenished. Typically, the phrase resource depletion is associated with practices like mining, farming, and burning of fossil fuels. The availability and expense of extracting a resource determine its value, hence the scarcer of the resource, the higher its value. The reasons behind research depletion overpopulation, despite the fact that there are more than 7 billion people on the planet, there has been a steady increase in overall population, which has been a significant factor in accelerating the depletion of natural resources. An increase in population expands the need for resources and the condition needed to support it, and it also contributes to increased ecological contamination. Research shows that developed countries are using more and more resources to support their growing populations. Overconsumption is a related cause for resource depletion because everyone seems to be following the most recent trends, and other things that are still useful are frequently just thrown away instead of using them. This behavior also results in an increase in resources, which can then result in resource depletion. Since we required vast quantities of metals and other resources that must be extracted from the earth in our modern, technology-advanced world, mining is another important factor in resource depletion. However, excessive mining behavior results in excessive resource destruction and can also negatively impact the local environment system by destroying. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, human activities in the forest are endangering entire ecosystem, causing natural imbalances and making life more attractive. The expansion of agriculture is responsible for nearly 80% of global deforestation, with the construction of infrastructures like roads and dams, mining operation, and urbanization accounting for the remaining 20%. When too many fish are removed from the ocean, an imbalance is created that can erode the food web and cause the extinction of other significant marine life, including vulnerable species like sea turtles and corals. Overfishing can alter the size of the fish that remain, as well as how they produce and how quickly they mature. Due to the fact that everyone aspires to higher living standards, which also includes an increase in material consumption, pollution levels have significantly increased since the industrialization period. In order to be able to produce the quantity of goods required to meet demand, industry must produce large quantities at scale. Technological and industrial development, depending on our intentions, it may either save resources or contributes to resource depletion. If we use technological development to increase our consumption and comfort levels, for example, we may change our consumption patterns or significantly deplete our natural resources. It is not late to start this. One person can change the future of 7 billion. Change must start with each person, and change must start in 3, 2, 1. Turn off lights while not in use. Start using eco bags or paper bags instead of single-use plastic. Recycle waste and reuse old items instead of throwing and replacing them with new ones. Consume all and don't waste food. At the young age, children should be introduced and learn resource depletion. Parents can start educate them at home. At the end of the day, there are a lot of different ways to prevent and conquer resource depletion. We can do it if there's a willingness and discipline among us humans.